Well, man, welcome to another episode of the WeakLEE Podcast. My guest with me tonight, I grew up with her brother. Been knowing him since I was 10. Yeah, he is scared to get behind the mic, G. G,
oh, man.
You need to get behind the mic, brother. Got your sister on before you.
Service announcement.
Where is G? He gonna look at, and I know he gonna look at this. I know he gonna look at this. But India, tell the people about yourself.
What's up? I go by Indy. I'm born and raised from New Orleans. I'm 22 years old. I'm a first year pharmacy student. I'm the youngest of 3. Yes. And I love doing fly shit. So let's go. I'm excited.
So, speaking on you being the youngest, what was it like being with, how far apart are you and Kiva?
So me and my sister, we're 18 years apart.
18 years apart.
Yeah, 18.
What is that like?
It was different. I kind of had like 2 moms.
Right.
But it was more so like as I got older, I would say I had 2 moms, like middle school, headed into high school. I never looked at my sister as a sister. I always, you know how the siblings, like, you don't really respect them growing up. But I always felt like, we fucking around, I'm getting in trouble too. Like, I ain't about to get a whooping with y'all. So I just never really tested those waters. But it's so, as I got older, I realized that she always viewed me as a sister. Like, she would never, like, chastise me as one of her kids. But I was already had that fear built up. So she really never had to worry about me.
Yeah.
So it was really different. So I basically had 2 moms. I lived with my sister, like, my freshman year of high school, actually. Like, the whole time, because I was going to Aberson in the East. She stayed in the East. It was convenient. I didn't want to ride the bus. So I did what worked. So it was definitely different. I had a different experience growing up with my sister versus growing up with my brother, Gerald. Because he is older, but he was still younger than Kiva.
Yeah.
So our age gap, like, we probably, 12 years? So I grew up with him. I got the experience of aggravating sibling. Right. Got on my nerves, picked on me, made me cry, bullied me. So I got that with him a little. So it was definitely different. Like, I always looked at him as a brother. Like, I had no respect. Like, it was just, oh, that's fate.
Right.
It ain't nothing to it.
But you think that's because Kiva, like, had, how old JJ was? How many years apart y'all are?
JJ, like, we like a year, like, JJ just made 21. So we
right.
a year and some months apart. That's the thing. So I looked at JJ more so as a brother than anything because my mom and my sister was having kids at the same time.
Right.
So that was crazy to grow up with too. Definitely. So she was older, she was married, she had a family, like that's a
right.
woman. Like she was a woman. Like it wasn't no girl. Like I'm like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Like I ain't even chancing it. My respect was definitely different. So,
right.
Definitely.
As it's supposed to be. But like you said, understand all that.
Yeah.
So what you feel like your expectation was with you being the youngest?
So they always, even to this day, like my siblings, G and Kiva would clown me. Well, my mom would like, oh, dang, you didn't get the mama we got. Like, they feel like they got my mama. She was in the streets. She was still figuring out life. She was dropping her kids off by her mama. She was going to hit the streets. Me, I got Deacon is saying, we going to church on Sundays. We going to church on Sundays, Bible study on Wednesdays, and we might got a second service to go to on Sundays. So I got a whole different parent. And my mom was really more lenient with me. Like a lot of stuff I got away with. They always say you get away with murder. As far as like talking back, having boyfriends. They're like, Mama ain't never had me. Like, I'm like, well, I'm not y'all, So I definitely had a different experience. The expectation of me was different, but I don't really base it more so on me being the youngest. I feel like I showed them at a young age, like what I was capable of. Like even in school, my sister was the hard head. Like my mama had to stay on her ass, like say, parent teacher conference. Okay, do your homework. Me, Ma, I got this. I need you to sign here. I need you to sign there. All right. See you tomorrow. Like I was the more organized. I was more so on my game. So my mama was like, oh, I don't really have to be on her. So she kind of backed up off me. I kind of feel like I had more room. She didn't hover me in any way of my childhood.
You think that's because of what you've seen from the older one?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I learned a lot from my siblings. And that's good or bad, but they definitely taught me, they taught me the game in a way. Yeah. They taught me, like, what paths I didn't want to take. And they didn't even realize they were teaching me. It just was me just being observant as a kid.
Yeah, just paying attention.
Like, I saw what I wanted in life. I saw what I didn't want in life. You know, I experienced, like, my sister didn't go to college. My brother went to college. You know, my sister had kids young. So I definitely got to see different aspects of different things at a very young age. I learned faster.
Right.
So I kind of feel like I matured faster than my age. Because I saw so much.
Because I know, like, just me being the oldest, I had to learn from watching my parents and watching everybody else around me.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I didn't have nobody to look up to and see exactly what to do and not to do. I really just had to pick and choose from, like I said, parents and other cousins, relatives. Like, that's harder to do when you don't have people around your age to actually watch.
Yeah. But even me having those examples, I still kind of feel like I grew up in a different time. Mm-hmm. Like, with them, like, life is completely different with my generation. Like, a lot of stuff, especially with expectations. Like, so growing up with my sister, more so to say, like, she never treated me like anything less than her child. Like, if JJ and them was doing this, I was doing this. She was cooking, I wasn't. Like, it was always, she saw me as her daughter. Even to this day, she would say, that's my daughter, because she has all boys. Like, she tried every time for a girl, and it just wasn't happening. She kept going. I'm like, baby, give it up. Like, except this is what it is, and that's what it's going to be. But even with that experience, like, I learned a lot from her, like, just watching her become a woman. But I don't know. It was a lot of things that I didn't get to see because she was so much older than me that even though, yes, that's my sister, but I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to talk to you about this. Like, I don't know if I should talk to you about this because you're still so much more older than me. And, like, especially growing up in high school, you know, you go through dating, boys. Like, I don't feel like I'm pretty sure she would have been open to it, but I just didn't feel like I can go talk to my sister about this. Like, I want to talk. Yeah, like, because it still felt like at the end of the day,
that's your mom.
Yeah, like, that's how it felt. Like, you know, she still might tell my mom, like, I don't know. So it was, as now, like, going through college and stuff, like, now, I could call her, girl, get it, like, but growing up, it wasn't like that. I viewed her as another parent.
Yeah, I understand Definitely. That makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
So is that, like, one of the struggles in understanding from having that?
Yeah, and I feel like my sister didn't really believe in, you know, being soft. Like, you know, they grew up on a 9-ball. Curry place, to be exact.
I'm about to say, Kiva, she
she real, you know, she's like a real gangster vibe. Like, you know, she, at the end of the day, you know, she's still a lady, but that's a diva, as she would say, but she real, like, you know, so that crying. I feel like like I was saying with my generation, that we deal with a lot of, you know, depression and, you know, anxiety. Stuff you don't hear about a lot from kids from the 90s. Like, you know, y'all was outside doing whatever, probably running from shootings or whatever y'all had going on back in the day. I don't know.
It is what it is.
Right. But, like, us, we more sensitive.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I got to express being sensitive.
Why you think y'all more sensitive, though?
I don't know. Yeah. It's social media.
Well, I say me too, because that's how I grew up in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm a 90s baby, so it's like I got the beginning before we had all the internet stuff. We was outside for real.
Yeah.
You knew your block.
Yeah, you knew everybody.
And now you know everything that's going on.
I see tens in Shanghai.
Yeah. And, like, that's not normal to, like, my generation. And, like, I would consider myself as an outside kid, but I got the end of being outside. I didn't get the full experience, but I enjoyed riding my bike. And, you know, I had all boy cousins for real. So they used to make me learn how to play 21. I had to learn how to play curb. I had to know all the nigga games. Or, like, you know, I wasn't going to have no fun. They didn't want to play what I wanted to play. So I had to do what they wanted to do. So like, that wasn't that. Like, you know.
They don't even know why AMC got that on the weekends. You gotta go with adult.
Yeah, like, it wasn't that. It was, we gonna be outside. You about to learn how to play pickup tech. Like, I'm like, literally. So I was literally in the streets. Like, so, but I still got the end of the bargain. I didn't get the full experience. Now, social media has a really big impact on everything.
Yeah.
Like, when I got a phone, we on Kick, we on Insta, we on Vine, we on everything but environmental. We're not outside. We don't care what's going on in the world. Y'all can say the world ending tomorrow as long as my phone work. And that's how I really felt. So that's probably why we more sensitive for sure.
That whole, like, it's just different. Like you said, it's just different.
It is.
Because with us, it's like we trying to figure out ways to just be different or get out of how what our parents know. Mm-hmm. Like our parents know, you work hard, get a good job, then you stay at the job for a long time, retire with them, then you living off that. And then y'all generation, like, we ain't working. And we in the point to where we like in between to where it's like, all right, we gonna get a good job, but then again, I don't really want a good job. I know we have another way of getting money.
Yeah,
and y'all just like, man, we ain't working at all.
They definitely want the fast food. Me personally, I'm going clock to clock. I just got the clock. But that's just me personally. But I feel like, and I will say that, like, with my parents, they were comfortable. Yeah. And when I say my people taught me a lot, they taught me what I didn't want to be. Yeah. Like, my mom, I'm like, you know so much. And even my dad drove trucks my entire life. I'm 22. Right. And, like, that was enough for him. Like, he never wanted to own his own trucking company. He never wanted to do something bigger. Like, that was enough. And for me, that's never enough. Like, I go hard as much as I do because I know what I want. And I know what I'm doing right now, it ain't enough. Yeah. Like, people my age, they probably working at H&M, working at Zara, and that might be their end game, but they ain't really thinking what's next. But I'm always, okay, so what's next? Mm-hmm. Like, always. So, like, another thing with my siblings, my brother went to college, but he didn't win this thing. That won this thing. So I'm a first gen. I'm a first gen. Like, I'm gonna be the first one, like, to walk the stage. Not only, like, I'm not gonna get just a bachelor's degree. I'm gonna get my doctorate. So that's big. So it's a lot of expectations on that because people see me and they're like, oh, they call me Sweepy. Oh, Sweepy doing this. I'm so proud of it. But they don't really know, like, I'm fighting for my life. Like, that's a lot. All they see is, oh, Sweepy doing this, Sweepy doing that. I'm so proud of it. I'm like, girl, you just don't know. Like, I'm ready to break down, but, What's
your drive to stay focused with that?
My drive to stay focused there is knowing everything I want in life. And I don't want to work for the rest of my life. Yeah. Like, literally, somebody asked me the other day, they was like, because a lot of people hear pharmacy and they think, you just going to work at Walgreens, CVS. They got so much you could do with that shit. Like, it don't end. It's down to at-home job. So it's like, what you want to do? I'm like, I want to work for 2 years and set myself up for life. Mm-hmm. They're like, 2 years? I said, I don't want to work. I like to travel. I like to fly. I want to be able to afford my lifestyle. Like, I do not want to work for the white man for the rest of my life at all. I got 5 years max. That's all I got for you.
And see, and me, I'm just like, I got till I'm 40. Like, now that I'm 33 and everything that I was supposed to do at your age, I didn't do. Now I'm like, all right, I got till I'm 40. When I'm 40, I ain't working no more, period. That's dead.
And I feel like that's another thing that my siblings taught me. My sister just made 40. My brother kicking third fire. And it's like, okay, what can I do differently to not be better than y'all, but to put myself in a position that can better myself in the long run? Yeah. And basically create generational wealth. Like, I don't want my kids to have to worry about if they do want to go to college, how I'm gonna pay for it. Yeah. Or do I have to check out this loan? Like, that's my motivation. Doing what my parents and my people couldn't do for me. And I came from a great home. I was, raised in a 2-parent household majority of the time. So I'm not saying I had a horrible experience, but whatever I can do to better the experience for the next generation, I want to do that.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Definitely.
And that's one thing me and your brother always talk about. We talked about that a few years ago. We was like, bro, if we would have did everything we were supposed to do, we was 22, 23, but we was buying sections, being outside. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, we should have been 5 to 10 houses
literally.
deep.
And that's why me and my brother click so much now, because it took him, long to realize that. But he see me, like, he thought about those things at his age and he didn't act on it. But now I'm talking like, okay, like, what properties you looking at? Like, what can we invest in to do this? Like, how much you think we talk about credit. We talk about stocks. Like, that's the type of conversations we have. And I really enjoy those because it lets me know that, you know, I'm on the right track because he is older than me. And if I'm thinking about this now and he got like 12 years on me, by the time I'm his age, I'm set for life.
Yeah.
So
You're going to be Asperger and all that.
Exactly. So
Pass it down.
literally, legacy.
That's what it's all about.
Literally.
So were there any struggles or misunderstandings about you being looked at as the baby still?
I'm gonna say yeah and no. Cause it kind of depends on who you're considering. I feel like more so out of my siblings, not really. I just was, you know, that's my sister. But like, they always gave me my flowers. But like with my mama, she just kind of always thought I had it figured out. Mm-hmm. Like my mama never questioned. I don't think I've ever heard my mama ask me, so what's your plan? Yeah. Like she just always assumed I had it figured out. Cause I'm a planner. Like I overthink everything. So she never asks. But I feel like as far as like looking at it with my dad, he always saw me as his little girl. Mm. Like even down to conversations, he was not okay with having uncomfortable conversations. Like him and my mom got divorced. He didn't know how to tell me. I'm like, nigga, I already know the whole story. You might as well just put it on the floor, put it out there. I know everything. You trying to sit here and make it sound PG, right. Baby. I'm 15. Like, come on. Like, just say what you gotta say. So it really just kind of depends on who I'm looking at for as expert. My mama always is like, she just kind of always knew. Like, she got it.
So what you saying, you always had a plan. Did you let her know the plan, or did you set things up for her to see that you have a plan?
So the type of person I was, like, even since a kid, like I told you, I will always go to her and have mapped out, okay, I got a field trip next week, Monday and Wednesday, I need you to sign here and here. Oh, yeah. So it would be like, when I got older, okay, when I graduate, I'm going to UL, I'm going to be at UL, I'm going to do my undergrad here, then I'm going to transfer to Xavier, I'm going to pharmacy school.
So what you worried for?
Exactly.
Ain't no reason to ask
it's like, that's what I'm saying. But like other parents were still like, okay, so what are you gonna do? How many classes? Like, no. Okay, that's what we're doing. All right. And that's what it was. And at a sense, it was like, okay, I gotta explain myself. But it's like, at the same time, being so independent at such a young age, I kind of did wish my parents were a little bit more involved. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that comes with the age gap. I feel like their involvement with their kids came when felt like they were really raising kids and they were young and they didn't really know what they were doing. They got to me and it was just like, she got it. She'll figure it out. Like, that's how it was.
But that'd be like interesting because a lot of people be saying when the parents have them younger, they won't be outside. When they have them older, they are more lenient, don't really pay attention to you. Mm-hmm. Because they feel like, all right, well, I got the other one, so the other one's gonna help out the younger one.
And I already feel like my brother and sister never, like, they did not breathe down my neck. Right. Like, ever. Like, I was so cool. They probably been in my close friends since I had one. I ain't telling them they gonna, like, there was never our relationship. Like, and I always felt like a distant child. I was always to myself. When I was at Lafayette, I probably came home Christmas. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Like, I ain't come home. Like, in the summer, I'm up. I got a job out there. Like, I ain't coming home. See y'all, see y'all when I see y'all. I ain't coming. Like, I've always was to myself. I went through everything alone. Like, opening my first bank account, starting credit. I bought my first car. I bought my second car. I did everything on my own. Mm-hmm. So I'm on my third car now, but I say all that to say, like, I went through all the processes by myself. I didn't have nobody holding my hand.
But because you already seen it.
Yeah, I seen what I didn't want to do.
You seen it already.
Yeah, definitely.
So how did you overcome the expectations that your family had for you?
I don't think I even overcame it. I think I'm kind of still living in it because I feel like the biggest expectation that my family has of me, and I'm not even, it's a great expectation to have of a person, but they're expecting me to be great. Mm-hmm. They're expecting me to be the one that do it. And it's kind of hard because on those days when it's like, damn, I don't know if I could do it. It's like, I know I can't give up because if I give up, I let all these people down. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I'm kind of still living in expectation. I just kind of go through the motions and, you know, somebody, how you doing? I'm all right. I'm doing good. And I just leave it at that.
I could say, like, as me being the oldest one, the expectation for us is just setting the bar high. But for people under us, it's like, I got to go above and beyond that. So it probably is more.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's steep.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's kind of like no excuses. Because honestly, I feel like my people look at me and they feel like if anybody could do it, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great support to have. But it's, you know what Drake said, you went with me shooting in the gym. Like, I be pharmacy school hard as hell. Like, I be in the library 3 a.m., test probably at 7.
Yeah.
My eyes probably bucked. And I probably got another test study for the next day, and I'm working. It's a lot, and it don't stop. So it's kind of like, y'all don't even know, like, I really be fighting for my life. But all y'all see is, you know, you're doing great. I probably send my midterm grades, and they like, great job. I'm like, boy, I just cried my ass off before I got these grades. But it's like, just that little, I'm proud of you. It goes a long way, but they definitely set a high bar for expecting me to be the one to do it.
But you want to know something? What else you going to do?
Yeah.
What else is there for you to do?
Yeah, that's what I say. I literally say, like, you know, because I don't believe in the whole, like, you know, you got to go to school to be successful thing. But it's like, you know, people really can do the entrepreneurship, you know. They got lashes, girls like, how about book with me, this, makeup. It's really, and that's, like you said, my generation wants those ways. I don't know how to do none of that.
But like you said, you already know what you want to do, though. So
yeah.
You know you want to do the whole pharmacy thing. That's why you tapped in.
Definitely. But it kind of get crazy because with social media having a big platform, and you just, you know, you scrolling on TikTok, I'm like, man, this girl 22, she driving a Benz, she got this going on, and they be like, dang, what I'm not doing. Mm-hmm. So it kind of make you, social media can make you, you know, self-insecure yourself, like, dang, we the same, like, what am I not doing? But yeah, and that's why, like, honestly, y'all, I like really, I grew up in a church. But when I really built my own relationship with God was college, and it was like, I'm on my own time. I can't put myself in nobody else's lane or shoes or, you know, expect it to happen how it happened for them for me. Like, what's for me is for me.
Yeah.
So you just got to kind of remind yourself. But it get hard sometimes. It's kind of like, you know, dang, I don't feel like it today. But it's like, even on the days you don't feel like it, I got to.
You got to understand. You got everything you need.
Definitely.
Everything else, what you're trying to accomplish is all that what you want. But you always have what you need.
Amen.
So what question you have for me?
You said you're the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
How was that different? Looking at based off from my perspective of being the youngest.
In which avenue you talking about exactly?
So like, you have a brother, right?
Younger brother.
So like, what would you say from your point of view? What would you say your expectation was of your brother, even like to this day?
My expectation was him is exactly who he is. Like him paying attention to me and everything that I showed him, he's multiplied it times 10. Like you said, my brother, he does trading and all that stuff too. And then just with clothes, shoes, like everything that I had no idea about when it comes to fashion, jewelry, all that. He knows, got it, everything. And it's just like, just from him paying attention to some little details about me and just making it different. Right. That's one thing that I just...
So you kind of feel like he taught you?
Yeah. Yeah, certain things he did. Y'all fit over each other? For sure. And that's one, I do love that about my brother though.
Y'all have a different dynamic than most brothers do.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same.
Everybody tells me that. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. And the crazy part... And the crazy part about it is there are times that we have family members that would try to put us against each other just to see if it's going to happen. Oh, well, your mom and daddy gave Darius a call. You don't feel it no type of way? Like, no.
For what?
Like when Darius was in school, I was sending him money to make sure that he don't fall into the same trap that I did. Because when I was in school, my mom and them, you need to get a job. You don't have no money. And that's one of the reasons why I dropped out. So for me to make sure he didn't do that.
You made sure he was straight.
Yeah. But like everything that I seen, everything that I didn't accomplish, I wanted to make sure that he did it.
Right.
And that just come with the love you have for your sibling.
That's big.
And
I like
we
that.
said, ain't no competition.
It should never be a competition.
Yeah.
Ever. Everybody eats, B.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So tell about your podcast though.
All
What's your
right, y'all.
podcast
All right,
about?
y'all. So, as y'all know, like I said, I'm 22. So, my podcast is with my best friend. It's called It's Only Right. We are new to this. We actually dropped our first video Thanksgiving Day. I'm not sure when this one come out, if it's going to be out or not. But Thanksgiving Day, tune in. It's Only Right. Hosted by myself, India, and Namari. We're going to talk about navigating through life in your 20s. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Especially in our generation. I'm a little scared. We ain't got no plumbers, we ain't got no electricity. We just got rappers and young niggas and trappers. I'm honestly concerned.
But you want to know something interesting? I really wish I found a trade when I was in my 20s.
I wish
Right, B?
Please.
Me and B talk about that a lot. Because like, just something simple. Because you really can make money off just
You know
something
how much
simple.
it costs to get your AC fixed?
Yeah.
Like, y'all are in the wrong business. I be so stressed out. Like, please. I don't want to hear your mixtape. No, I don't want to come to the studio. But, like, please. I'm scared. Like, it's crazy.
Right.
It's definitely, I'm actually terrified. I don't know. The love life. I don't want to marry no. Well, damn, bitch. Like, I can't be, like, come on. I don't want that for my life. That's not how I saw my future. So it's a little scary.
You just gotta look for the right young dude though.
You got with their mind on right. It ain't too many out here. Like I said, because just as much as
not like the one
they
you're
won't
looking
be
for.
scammers.
Yeah.
Bro, like literally fried, deep fried, marinated.
Why they be wearing ski masks in 90-degree weather?
Because they just want to feel like they dangerous.
I hate that. Like, why is that your
mindsets messed up.
aspiration
They
in
worry about
life?
the wrong thing.
We was laughing all of them years ago. All of them old people was like, y'all need to stop listening to that. I'm telling you.
It's the music.
It's the music.
It's the music. Like,
Why we talking about that on the way here?
They don't make music. They don't make like it ain't hustling music no more.
It's not.
It's going to spin a block.
Spin a block, and if you ain't hit them, spin a block again. Like literally.
And if you ain't died the first time, I'm killing your grandma.
Like no, literally. Like literally. It's
That's terrible.
it's scary for real.
That's terrible. But I appreciate you for doing this episode with me.
Of course. Had to come make it to the WeakLEE.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'm about to get on y'all.
Oh, it's only right.
Whenever you want me to.
It's
I'll
only
hop on
right.
y'all.
Got you for sure.
Darren don't get nobody part two.
Huh. Everybody get part two.
This schedule be booked. I've been trying to get a part 2 for 2-3 months.
Man.
Hey, Bryce definitely been saying I need to get back here again.
Because they come up here, they took my whole episode. Can't get mad, man. I couldn't. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. But keep doing your thing.
Trying.
Nah, I'm proud of you.
Staying locked in. I appreciate that.
You got that. Remain open, honest, vulnerable. Tune in next week. And this is the WeakLEE Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in next week.